Hello everyone, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. How's everyone? I hope you're all doing well today. The starting scene screen is down by Breedy. Check them out, link in description below. And, I don't know what's going on in the world, so I really don't have anything to really open with besides the new Jurassic Park movie. Hashtag not sponsored, because I have nothing positive to say about the movie, really. If you can wait and buy on DVD or streaming or whatever form of media that people buy things on, don't waste your time. Go watch something else. Go watch legitimately anything else. Well, maybe there was things, but definitely Bell. Yeah, late night. Hi Ben, how are you? You doing well today? It's for promotion. It's 100% for promotion, and I don't mind working around it because, you know, that is the income, that pays the bills, but it is pushing things back, which is fine. That was one good movie. Oh! I see people try and argue that not because I would argue Jurassic World from what I haven't seen it since it came out in field, so I might think different because the fourth movie Jurassic World came out when I was in high school, so I might have a different opinion about that one. But yeah, no, I agree. It's only one good movie in that. So, okay, so, also too, maybe, okay, so, I was watching a video about talking about how the Go Boss is hated, and Mia, and the first two examples they go for was Ironheart, which I haven't seen the Ironheart series, so I have no opinion on that character, and Asuka from Evangelion Neogenesis, or however the words are officially formed together. For that show, I haven't seen that show, so I have no opinion on that show. Actually, I tried to watch that show, and I got bored, like, during the first episode, but then again, I haven't tried to watch that since middle school, so I might think differently. But they got to Korra, for The Legend of Korra, and I had to turn it off after the Korra section because they were just going over the character arc of Korra. And to be honest, if you do a bird's eye view of the character arc of Korra, it's a good character arc. It is just season 1 and season 2 of Korra. Well, season 2. Okay, so they're all. People don't like Korra. There's many reasons why people don't like Korra. Sure, it's one of them, maybe because she's a woman. I'm sure there's people that are like that. But there are legitimate reasons why people dislike Korra. Like number one, because the Wilds didn't think they were gonna get a season 2 of Korra. They quickly wrap out her character arcs of trying to learn airbending and getting back her bending, because she lost fire, water, and earthbending. But she just got that back, no thing, and like airbending just came to her because we need that to happen with season while it being like any form of character growth, really, to be honest. And then she becomes cocky in the beginning of season 2. She's like, oh, I beat the bad guy, but it doesn't feel owned. And that makes her very unlikable because she treats her boyfriend like shit in the beginning. And then it doesn't help, but legitimately the main dynamic of the main 4 characters of Korra is so terrible. So I think it's, I mean, to be fair, I haven't really heard anyone be like, oh, I dislike Korra, but I like everyone else in the show. like or over 3 main characters. No, I've never heard anyone say that about Korra like that. It's usually a problem with the main foe because the foundation is shaky. People just talk about Korra more. I feel like she's the main character, the main focus. But like again, I had to turn it off after the Korra video because it felt like they were trying to like minimize people's problems with Korra to make the point of like, oh, it's because she is a female or etc. Or that is, I mean, again, that is probably the issue with that, or the fact that she has a different skin color. I'm not gonna argue that, but again, maybe that's not the point of the video, but because again, I didn't watch it through, but because season 3 Korra and season 4 Korra are very different Korras than season 1 and season 2. Season 3 and season 4 Korra are amazing, and I don't think anyone can argue anything differently. Now, I haven't gotten to my reviews to that, and I don't remember it perfectly, but I remember season 3 and season 4 Korra are a lot more likable and a lot more charming and stuff like that. So, and not saying Korra is forever unlikable, but like, and then like, because the next segment, and this is where I turn off, it's like, oh, people like like perfect victim, like, you have to be perfect to be a victim. If you're not perfect, you can't be a victim. That's basically what he was going with that. With the video, I'm like, okay. Again, minimizing Korra, valid criticism of Korra's character is, I'm like, nah, I can't watch this anymore. But also, too, because he was specifically talking about arrogant characters. You know what makes it arrogant? The main difference that makes an arrogant character unbearable and likable, being charismatic. You know, Tony Stark, perfect example, MCU. You know why he's so likable? Well, besides he obviously shows flaws, but he has charisma to carry that arrogance with. You know what's the difference between Dio from Zero Escape and Alice from Zero Escape? Like, honestly, it's the charisma of Dio knowing he is a bad guy. Alice doesn't act like she is a bad guy, but she is an asshole. That makes her a lot more unlikable than Dio. So, like, it's... Well, I mean, he has a cool hat, too. That does help. But, like, going to, like... like, going to Eric from Zero Time Dilemma. He is just unlikable. He's whiny and stuff like that, but that wouldn't be so bad if he had some level of charisma to carry it through. Charisma really helps characters. And again, from what I was watching from that video specifically, and I had I had to turn it off because, I mean, it could have stuck the landing in it. Again, I want to emphasize the damn fiction, so I'm making assumptions here, but again, yeah. So I'm done talking about the video because I didn't finish it. But also, again, to also state, there are definitely on the internet people who dislike characters because of race, gender, etc., etc., etc. But it's just stupid, in my opinion. Like you can't find, like, it's incomprehensible to me, too. And also, too, Clover was so much better in 999 than she was in Zero, Vulture's Last Reward. It ain't funny. Give me that Clover back. I don't know why they made her stupid. This goes down session to hear for trial 3. Man, by me, I butchered that. Also, too, Yeah, so I'm done. I mean, let's actually play the game. If I want to talk about it more, I'll probably talk about it more Master Duel, but like, I'm not saying too, there are biases that people might not realize there are biases too. It happens, everyone has bias, whether they realize it or not. But I think like having a good deconstruction and full examination of characters is a good way to see, okay, what might work, might not work. And I think also too, I was kind of looking for that in the video, and the video wasn't really giving that. I mean, I really couldn't tell from Ironheart and Asuka, because again, I haven't seen those shows, so I don't really know. And from Ironheart from Wakanda Forever was like fine, whatever, like, it was just, she was just there. Like, she wasn't bad, she wasn't good for me. She was just there. And again, but like Cole, I'm like, this is not a good construction, like, breakdown of Cole. If I might take some time, and you might want to not put that time in for the video, I get. But like, that's when I had to click off. But anyways, moving on. The prosecutor is fully weird to proceed, Your Excellency. She's so cute. Defense counsel, are you away? Yes, Your Excellency. We're away. Wait! Yes, counsel. According to you, registration details, your name is, Minuto Naruho, is that correct? Sorry. Oh yes, I had to come up with a suitable male name for you, for this little venue. So I'm afraid to say I simply put down the first name, but it sprung to my mind. Right, counsel? Yes, that's right. That's me. Yes, Uno, who has vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruto clan. I like how the, like, mimic the eye twitching of Naruto. I think that's a nice detail. It seems Unuto may need to consider how to better uphold his manly act first and not overdo it. As well as why eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax and listen. Naruto? A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. But the name Naruto, would that perchance be? You may think of Ryusuke Naruto, currently in Britain as part of the study program. This is, his cousin! Jesse Wheeler. That's right. Naruto here has been studying in the province, but was called to the capital for his trial. I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any Tokyo pre-Emmett Lowe's. Oh, any of them! Like a parrot. Pitiful situation. Having been rejected by Everlow in the capital, the accused has called a country boy. How dare you! Such was it. Shh, don't use my real name. I'm gonna have you making fun of him. Oh, please be careful, Oh, I accidentally skipped that, huh? Well, I'm gonna find Tombo we have here. But I wonder if your gallant dashing Lure is up to the challenge of defending you. His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he's not. I'm so nervous. Now that I'm staying in his shoes, I'm starting to understand why Naruto goes through. Like it or not, eyes want to float. Well, also too, a nice example of like an asshole charisma. I'm just thinking, in like Zero Escape, like universe is Fi. Fi has a bit of an edge to her in terms of like being an a-hole, but she has charisma. Again, charisma. I think people underestimate how important charisma is into character writing. And make characters likable. Like, not saying you can like a character that has not that much charisma to them, but it's a greater chance of people disliking that character. Or having some sort of charm to them. But anyways, the case to be held on this day is a matter of great significance to our nation's interests. In fact, it'd be reasonable to assume that the outcome of this trial may well affect the very future of our empire. And why am I getting flashbacks? Just like the trial 9 months ago. Took 10 years to finish that trial, and yet from the proceeding of such an opponent, we had this unknown Yoko by the dock. Dear me. Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense, to determine whether or not you're sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom. How many months ago, when it's certain, oh, not a hope, still where you staying now. This is the same judge who tested him as well. And even though he was just a student at the time, and even of law, he passed the test with flying colors. I mean, we got the court record. For training experienced judicial assistant like you, this would be easy. So, counsel, do you consent to answer to some simple questions? What if I say no? Alright, it's time to prove myself. Yes, Excellency. Please make them simple. Very well, to start with, you would state the name of the victim. Ooh, this is simple. I couldn't forget if I tried. The simple joke of forgetting. What's the matter? Never. Okay. Yeah, mine's one to blank. That's not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position, and that gauze. Even as bright spank like you is bound to flick on fly a little under the circumstances. Oh, okay. Also, too. Different topic. Completely different topic. So I saw a YouTube video that says, oh my god, Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, not oh my god, but like, Yu-Gi-Oh's format changed without a ban list. I'm like, that's not really news. There's been plenty of times when cards, archetypes, etc., have drop off, got good, or like whatever the case may be, without a ban list. Ban list helps, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, nerfing decks, like, banning problematic cards. But, like, it ain't always a necessary to the machine to make things one. Like, it shouldn't be news, it should be clickbait tile, it should be like, oh, this is how card games work. With anything with power creep. Oh dear. This is a dismal failure. Because, you know, what happens when Yu-Gi-Oh! Releases 3 good archetypes, being Canine, Dragotail, and Yummy, who will fall through a rise to the top. Which I do need to get a Japanese box of Doom of Dimensions, because Black was Dragon cards. Because why wait for it to come out in English? Oh, actually, when is Doom of Dimensions coming out in English? Because I'm pretty sure the next thing that comes out for us is Megaton. If I'm not mistaken, that's beginning of September. Yeah, no. Yeah, it is Megaton because Doom of Dimensions is end of September. Cool. Therefore, you only need to use the knowledge you gain as judicial assistant to overcome the problem. Oh, of course, the court record. Yes, and so would be amongst all the key information about the case of the court record. Okay. Okay, we just got the postmortem report, and okay, cool. What's the name of the victim of this case? Again, I just love that she's basically copying the movements of Rusuke. I think that's cute. That's a nice little detail. The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Jisabel Brett. Jisabel Brett. A name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure. Correct. And being a member of Empire's dictionary, you would be aware of the significance of that name. So when we pose another simple question, as you know, Miss Boy was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. She killed someone, but hey. Warren is her name, indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history. Obviously, you won't have forgotten that case from 9 months ago, but it's pretty hard to recall. Okay. Just about what? A killer. I mean, she could be the queen. That'd be a great twist. She is Elizabeth II all along. 9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine of the Emperor Yumi University was killed. And the culprit was just about what? Yes, she was a killer. At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain, and it was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that events that occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson, was shot dead. I mean, I feel bad for Alice because they don't tell her. Well, they don't tell her the truth right away about her dad, and that upsets me. You should tell her the truth if they knew, but I'm pretty sure they do later on. But like, they definitely should have come to her attention way sooner. Yes, I'm indebted to the man. He'd been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine. Indeed, it was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor of the university. Naturally, the move of an Englishman also was a matter the government wishes to resolve rapidly. But the trial took fucking forever. Man, that was the longest freaking trial ever. It felt like it. Like, Why for the Actions feels like a show, but that first case felt like a fucking show. Oh my god. Anyways, indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court. A student of Emperor Yumi University was arrested on a suspicion of murder. Second-year English language student by the name of Yusuke Nadaho. With the help of his best friend and loyal student, the accused conducted his own defense and exposed the despicable crime committed by Miss Jezebel Brett. Oh, also, I hate Ruka from My Own Girlfriend. She's like the worst character of all time. You know, you could have your killer psychos like Frieza or whatnot. They're, again, cosmetic. But you have unlikable Ruka. But, God, I hate her so much. She's like the worst character of all time. Easily top 10, like, unlikable characters. Miss Bright eventually admitted to her own crimes. However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion. Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its cancel jurisdiction into play. We were unable to send Miss Blair accordingly to our empire laws. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China instead. Why Shanghai? Because the British consular code though. Correct. Oversaw the negotiations personally. The day of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week. Although remain our empire's obligations to see the woman safely aboard a steamship. And yet, the very day before her departure, the English woman was killed. Only the day before. That we do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant. Oh. Thank you, Excellency. Over for so. Now, summary of incident, if you please. Prosecutor Chi? As you wish, Your Excellency. But a part of the crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight. Velasquez is an Emperor Kappa under a bright blue sky at a secure bathing spot by the sea. Visited occurred in a small beach hut erected for bathers to rest or change their clothes. The cause of death was a single stab wound to the post-duel abdomen that pierced the victim's lung, an injury which proved fatal. I mean, he pierced the lung. I'm pretty sure that's instant death. There are 2 persons alone that came of the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett and her bathing attire, the accused were Bammy. Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider that she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young girl. What's the motive? Well, the extraordinary description of events leave me somewhat lost for words, I must say. That's certainly true. The prosecutor's summary was full of words that raised an awful lot of questions. As well, yeah, let's go with a powerful motive. I mean, we could ask about the bathing spot later. You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement. Is the yoker boy using long words he doesn't fully understand? I beg your pardon. No matter. Let's put this to the accused, shall we? Bami-san, you're researching a system at the Imperial University, I believe. Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mitkotabub in his laboratory at the moment. I can confirm that the defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility. Fascinating to hear. Now, another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mitkotabub, whose research were you assisting then? I was studying under Dr. John H. Wilson. Dr. Wilson? The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago? The accused had decent respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. I think most people have respect for the mentor. Just saying. Oh, I guess technically not necessarily, but I think a lot of people do. Well, it depends. Is that not true? Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man. Interesting. The type of code what do you see things you had towards the English woman who killed him? Well, also filled with hatred for what she's done. A powerful hatred. Oh no, wait. Be careful of what he's saying. Oh, you want to hear what's funny? And I'm not sure if someone went to my this review based off what I was saying, but my Legend of Korra season 1 review just got a view. That's kind of funny to me. Speak it and a view shall come. I appreciate that though. But I do find that funny. But Mauve, what's revenge? Plain and simple, Your Excellency. Well, it was clearly a trap all along. I mean, sometimes you gotta trap him good. How wicked of him to use his undying respect for a former mentor against her like that. I mean, you gotta win. It's all about winning, baby. Let's find out more details and something we can use to boost our defense. As a law, I really ought to pick up the prosecution accounts on what he said about Bami-san. Yes, what is it? I mean, not the whole summer. And we're on to which we make my, areas. Ruto Satro. I mean, it would make it easier for everyone. Please tell the code exactly why you were present in the bathing spa with a victim in the first place. And why you were alone with him. Yeah, exactly! Why weren't there a freaking guard or something? Oh, well, no, that's not true. It wasn't like that at all. There were other people present. A detective who was gone, Miss Brett for stars. I was just actually calling Miss Brett as a companion, that's all. But let's be clear. A moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hunt. You and no one else. But truth is, there's only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brown for bathing Shona. It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life. No. Because as we know, the following day, Miss Brett would be extradited to the bridge authorities in Shanghai. Well, but how would a normal person would know that? Like, is that just the word on the street and you gotta take it? And the accused would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again. I mean, she could go to Britain. It's an option. If they pay option, but it's an option. Calling refrained from conjecture counts though. The prosecution accounts seems to adjourn his proactive tricks like that. Oh, I hear a shocker! Chase you to the ends above! Because it's true. But at least for now, we need to assemble more facts. Try not to let him goat you. Oh dear. This really is terrifying, but Father's right. We need more information. As low, we ought to pick up prosecution counsel for what he said. Bathing spot, baby. If I may prosecute Tachi, what do you want, you fresh-faced young Yoko student? I wonder, can you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot. Ha! My apologies. Clearly, my humanity has confused the poor country bumpkin simple mind. Bathing spots are the very latest trend and healthy practices from the West. We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is cultivated, therapeutic, and excellent for the skins. No, that's not what I meant. I'm referring to the fact that Miss Brett yeah, why does she have a bathing spot? Why would a known criminal be relaxing by the sea? Yeah, but it seems like a safety hazard in multiple ways. Someone could get to her, she could get to someone. For old time's sake? Oh, imagine a kill on death row. He was like, I want to kill a kid. You know, for old time's sake. Because, yeah, let's get a kid into here for you to kill. Let's get little Johnny out from school. You know, we found if you crush his skulls with your bare hands. For old time's sake. What a stupid fucking reason. So, Miss Brett was to depart from Shanghai for the following day. Her final wish, as it were, to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast. Oh, shoot, we should just let prisoners do whatever the fuck they want. And the British embassy put an extreme pressure on our government to comply. Stupid. But on what grounds do we have to agree to such requests? Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal. Don't look at me, Professor. It was the government who granted for permission, not I. In any case, it was decided with a dedicated detective undoing, nothing could go wrong. Stupid people. But in fact, a murder took place. Don't look at me. It was that young student girl who did, not I. No one has proved that yet. I won't perfect the man if you don't need to. I believe we have a clear picture of the incident now, so have you hear the dogs barking. Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Blair managed to avert incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the university. Obviously, over that period, she and William Wolf had a county child on it. She was still allowed to go to school? What is this nonsense? Seeing the mother of a mentor who she had a great respect for enjoying such undeserved liberty. Yes, even it was only temporary to Miss Brett's excursion to Shanghai. You can hardly blame her for her feelings of anger and resentment. Poor way. So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind to peruse this exhibit. A photograph of print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident. Thank you, Counselor. Tragic image. So clearly see there's no way within the heart that anyone could have had. A code accept this photograph of print evidence. As I understand, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the big shout of the time. This is deeply troubling, I must say. The thing of guilt points firmly of the defendant. Well, Your Excellency, naturally, the prosecution has much more to its case. We intend to prove our accused of appalling actions beyond any possible contention. And to that end, I can confirm we have multiple witnesses to the crime, damning evidence. Witnesses? But whom? One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective who keeps letting people die on his watch. I show the testimony of both witnesses will leave no room for doubt. Well, like, how many crime scenes has he been to, like, beforehand he's supposed to watch out, and people have died? This is like the third one. Very well then, Counsel. Bring forth your witnesses. Taki Sunichi Aishi have been waiting for this moment. Sorry? Oh yes, I haven't forgotten, but I tried 9 months ago, here in this very courtroom. When Reverend Liz Dunbar utterly humiliate me. The evolution of the pained family hell. I'm not rereading this. I know it's like 50 streams ago, but I like how he doesn't even bother to put his hair back up. Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut and the bell of culture alignment toes. Yes, on my fateful day, my former self died. The start of your own mini Melody revolution. Are you ministering as well, Counsel? Silence! I saw revenge back then. It's only been a minor miracle atop my head. Observe the touchy growth. See? This is the sea of hope sprouting forth from the barren expense of my crown. I think the tiny growth is trying to tell me something. I'm afraid I can't really see. Well, where's the hope exactly? I said silence! Today, I'm not a local student of another whole claim. Well, I will vanquish you. My victory will be the fertilizer of seed of hope atop my head. You've been warned. With that, the prosecution calls for witnesses to stand. It looks like the stakes are high on both sides in this trial. Prosecution for defense each has much to lose. A haircut is hardly. I mean, you know, your hair could be your life. You know what I'm saying? It could be very important to you. I forgot he was in this case as well. Chief Inspector Sato Husanaka. Imperial Police of Blue. I'm in disguise, obviously, so I could go undetected. His disguise is a C-tone. I am, well, the next big thing in books. For all for we now throughout the capital. In fact, yes. Soon to be sold out. The satirical I Am a Cat, a sensational success by Soki Naisumi. Oh my goodness! Try to steal from Providence, please. You don't need to be in awe of me. I need? It's all natural if you're nervous of my presence, but all of you, please relax. Call me Soski even. Yes. I don't know what Soski's son doing here. Very carefully, thoughtful. But Alpha knows you from your time in London, doesn't he? If he exposes you for who you really are, it'll be over before it's begun. Yes, of course, I know. I think Soski-san won't have forgotten about me. I couldn't suddenly want to forget about him. But he does seem to have... He got ego boost! He was a depressed man, and now he's the most egotistical person ever. Cause he saw a book saying, I am the cat. As for the specter of Hosanaka, the outfit is hard to believe. Do you have something on my face? You have something on your head. Well, your glasses for one. But they don't seem to be helping you see. Thank goodness he hasn't recognized me either. I suppose it's just a disguise, isn't it? But appealing human, the cat, I mean, they do. They really do. They're adorable little creatures. I was wearing at the time would make for a more faithful testimony. It's my guiding principle to carry out our testimonies flawlessly. Well, I can picture why an imperial priest, brewer, detective might be present. But what business does a wise such as yourself have, being at the scenes? So see, Ki-san. Well, you see, I had been asked the day to give a lecture on the morning of the incident in the Imperial Yumi University's Grand Lecture Hall, no less. At Yumi University, after the lecture, I had a private conversation with a researcher of a medical science department. The professor of there, in fact. With Professor Mikotaba? Yes, that's right. It was arranged by one of the newspapers. We want some story or another about two former students who study in Great Britain. Yes, of course. But we're now off, the press never leaves me alone. You know, I don't want to be mean to our two witnesses on the stand, but I remember our little photographer in the background, though. Is a pretty good witness. Greetings, Poochie Gaming 11. How are you? Hope you're doing well today. So I just want to kind of get to my journalist back there. As you can see, the conversation was ran up in this newspaper here. We are Yelicha. My visible struggling student friend. I have plenty of copies. Thank you very much. Practically threw that paper at me. Sometimes you gotta throw shit. He kawaii chopped the man to death. Like he went for the neck. Anyway, following my interview with the professor, the lady question appeared and made a very unexpected announcement. She just demanded that out of the blue? Like, hey everyone, let's have a beach episode. Like you could just do that? This makes me more and more upset. What are we doing with our prisoners here, man? As explained before, Miss Brett was never taken into custody. She continued to work in my laboratory with strict surveillance, of course, and she did get poisoned from there. At which, and the university immediately contacted the government to seek guidance, and the response was, permit Miss Brent to go as long as a detective accompanies her. I mean, if you want a detective, I don't know why you were here. Filled by the entire part currently for the seaside, it seems. It was extremely tragic to clear all the animals of the public from the vicinity of the beach. You had to clear the... That makes sense. But still, that's ridiculous. She's a prisoner. She should be going to the beach, motherfuckers. But unfortunately, I'm at peak physical fitness at the moment, so I was able to carry out my. She died! What do you mean? You cleared the beach and she died! Yeah, fall asleep, sure. I might expect it. Well, you do have something on your face now. Silently, I do apologize. Does that mean you went to the beach too, Father? No. Unfortunately, I had work to finish off. But unfortunately, of course, and it meant that as my assistant Wayward survived to take my place. Of course, being a weird offer, I didn't like to decline the invitation. Okay, I'm gonna save here. Just a minor detail. The person I was protecting died. I need to mod my 3DS. I just need to take that plunge eventually. Because there's no reason for me not to. But 3DS, I mean, I don't know if 3DS is like underweighted or perfectly weighted in people's minds. It's a great console, great handheld. I mean, I don't think it would be overweighted by any means, but I like my 3DS perfectly fine. Synchro Cup! I do not have a Synchro deck way. Oh, it's you. Oh shit, I got gems! I got money! Oh. I need to get my alternate of Blackwood's Dragon. This is a need. Okay, we got at least one Ultra Oil. Okay. I spill a card I don't care about. I hate seeing Utopia just because he means jack shit. Okay. You know, I'm wearing my Aki t-shirt tonight, so like, you know, I'm just saying, like, if we can actually pull Blackwood's Dragon alternate off, that'd be great. We got a shake. Oh, okay. It's the same super well. Oh, this is going great. Swimmingly. Please actually mean something. Okay, we got an Ultra. Please be Black Rose. I mean, that's a good card. I can't complain, but I ain't my dragon. I know, right? So much SR crafting material. Okay. Black Rose. Okay. Yes! Okay, I'm done with this pack. But I don't want it. Well, what's for alt? Oh, it's queuing. Am I gonna spend more gems on this for queuing Dragon alternate art? And exactly, all is white with the wound. Okay. I guess for a more appropriate question, I'm actually curious. Yeah, that's fine. Does this have alternate? Oh, it does have alternate art. So it does for. So my next question would be, because I would love to dip into this pack. Because I wouldn't mind playing, hold on. I will like, can I see what packs that's in? Hold on. Oh, I got tickets too. Holy shit. That set me up. We could get Penguin Brave. We're not skipping this because it's such a little pack. Well, it's worth it. Okay. This used to be a really good card. I don't think that's play anymore, but it used to be. I remember seeing it in a lot of synchro decks back in the. Oh! Okay. If it's a whale, it's a will. Do I want them to have? This is just a fun little card. So I got to be weird, but yeah, it's just a fun little silly card. We got the Penguin Cloak. Got Soja. Okay. So my question is, because honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this pack. If I, hold on, let me see cards included. Well, it's Ice Bears. Am I ever gonna be a fan of that? No, no, no. I mean, that's a good level 5. And if it's some good generic synchro monsters, don't get me wrong, like Chaos Angel and Planet Choquism Dragon, etc, 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 but like overall, not feeling this pack. Well, I mean World Dragon stuff. But this pack, YZO, and Speedwords, I mean, this is just kind of a synchro pack. Well, Bronic! Oh, Trishula is a great card. Bronic has been nude because he's been a wild, unfortunately. My man used to be king of a world. He got banned, but Konami... See, I'm kind of against Konami eradicating cards, because I feel like if Konami wants to make a less powerful version of a banned card, they should. And not... Oh, it's even out yet, and they just went ahead and gave me the, bonus. Oh, that's awesome. You know, honestly, give me Speedwords. I would try to walk out of that. I say try, I'm not saying I'll be successful at it, but I'll try to walk out with that. Okay. Unfortunately, that's fine. Well, then again, I'm not sure how bad this would be. On me alone. Draw 2. Did I just draw 2 actions? Why one was when I needed them? Could've, atched this nonsense on me. That's just an insult. Giving me 2 ashes off of my low darkness. I actually really don't want to give him any extra draws, so this might be a dumb play on my part. I'm gonna ask you, and respond to match. I'm gonna max it. It's the combination of Ash and Max. You gotta love to see it. Fold like a paper. If they call me for omagami, I was supposed to say omagasm. And that did not come out correctly. Origami master because I make my opponents fold. Anyways. Totally stuck for landing on that. Do. Actually, yeah. Do that. Banish. Activate. Is this no cards? No, it's no cards. So I need to make a decision whether or not I want to dimensional shift though. I don't like that. That ruins things. Cool. But it's not like I still don't have plays. Okay. So. I hate this card, but it is a necessary evil in this. I'm just can't banish for a copy in my hand, to be honest. Okay. Activate Splash Mage. Get my cat. You know what? Before I go any further, I am gonna shift him. Oh yeah, I was drawing Lockwood. I'm not getting, wow. Let's be small, not demo. Well, actually no, that was dumb because it's gonna be banished. If I do this, we figure this out here in a second. Why not? Let's keep the graveyards clean, everyone. Actually, yeah, this actually really helps. The dodge skateboard. Unfortunately, I can't draw a card because people drawing Lockwood. I'm torn on drawing Lockwood because I get it, but at the same time, like, it shuts down so much. Well, like not letting like your opponent to add cards to hand. Like it's very powerful. I mean, I can't add anything to him because it's super Lockwood, but. Why did it send 7 to the graveyard be his effect? That's dumb of me. You do, but that like nerfed my plays so much. I do have a strategy to this. Then that's true too. It could be both. But John Lockwood's more generic. Awesome. You know, actually, I feel good by getting my Blackwood Dragon. I feel good. So, I'm getting an accessory. We're gonna accessorize. Is there anything? Well, I mean, I do have some of Modoshi pool. But not all of it. Summon limit, yeah, that's great. Is there anything I really want to spend money on? That's a good question. If I don't, I don't. I can just keep the money. I'm actually surprised at the lack of, like, card case. You know what? We're buying for Paul Greed coin. We need to be greedy. I do not remember this card being a thing whatsoever. I do remember you being a thing. Noble Knight. That makes everything a level 4, I believe, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, one card a level 4. I remember the sub cards. I think that was in like the first XZ structure deck if I'm not star deck if I'm not mistaken. Hi, get you Utopia. Well, I guess too, I need to focus on a Synchro deck for the Synchro Cup. Am I getting? Well, I mean, I am learning out speed words. I'm going Seeking. But still, if I want to put more twists on it or whatever, I need build up. I mean, I could go Rose Dragon. I'm not sure how expensive Rose Dragon. The problem with Rose Dragons, they can extend, but like they don't have really a good start to the deck. If I'm, hold on, Banish, do what you need to do. Chaos Hunter, baby. You guys have the counter for Chaos Hunter? You just called by you grave your own effects though. He negated his own effect. I'm fine with that. Banish that. I'm fine with that. Cause you hold you way more than you hold me in that instance. We don't have it out. Oh, they might have Sobius. No, but they're going for just going for wishes. Might as well try and go for it. I know the last Mouse play a Chaos Hunter that had Sobius. Yeah, Call Above the Grave is, and I feel like people don't talk about it because usually the double-edged sword nature of the card is not relevant. But like, it is a double-edged sword because no player can activate that card's effect for 2 tones. Like, for example, if you call Bargrave an Ash, then you can use Ash on my turn if that's relevant. But most of the times it's not relevant. Okay, what's about... Actually... But Call of Grave does hurt me because I can't get a White Rabbit from advantage effect. But that does hurt. Well, I'm not gonna pretend that doesn't. Okay. Actually, you know what? That's good. You know why I say that's good? Am I gonna whisk this? Let's whisk it. I mean, I don't get a advantage effect, but I did get quasi-dex and arrow. Which is gonna be helpful. Okay. Man, I didn't realize how late it actually is right now. You know what? I feel like I'm just gonna go for the, float. I think I'm missing something. Oh, I know why. I feel like I won this. I might be calling victory too soon, but since they cannot respond to access Kotako whatsoever, I'm confident. Let's destroy that face down card first. Cool. I love access Kotako. It's such a fun card for me to use. Not for it to be used upon me. Of course not. But I really do love music access Kotaku. It is Mr. FTK Enabler, which is not necessarily a good thing. One can argue that it's not a good thing whatsoever. Let me have my... At that point, let me attack your face. Let me attack your face, so... I go first. Cool. You can start off with this. But say if you Lanced, we can have a problem. Maxine gonna get caught by. Now let's get rapid. Can't believe it. Okay. Make that effect. Okay, Splash Mage. Activate. Okay, I take it. I take the win. Okay, that's gonna be it for me tonight. So I'd like to thank you all for coming out. It's been fun, it's been a blast, it's been a really fun blast. Tomorrow will be more Guardians of the Galaxy as we're getting closer and closer to the end game. It's nice to play a show game, for sure. And then more Great Ace Attorney Thursday. So again, thank you all for coming out. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I'll catch y'all next time.